Now it's Lunchly time.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Thing that everybody's talking about
Grumble.
is the brand new lunch product from Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul, Lunchly. Many years ago, I somehow ended up on like the Feastables like mailing product list, PR list. And so they would send me stuff, and I had no problem with Mr. Beast or anything like that. But there's been a lot of crazy allegations that have come out recently, and also like a lack of response to those allegations. So
never a great sign.
And then there's also a lot of lawsuits. So never was like a close friend of Mr. Beast, but I was on this PR list, and but I have no allegiances. A couple weeks ago, Instagram made this feature that's quite annoying to me, and I think they've changed it already, because probably people complain. At the top of my conversations, my DMs, you could have sponsored messages from brand. Prime sent me a message through one of those and said, hey, let us send you some Prime. I was like, you know what? This would be kind of funny, because I'm just curious. Like whenever a company like that wants to send me stuff, I'm like, you don't know what I do. Because I'm like, there's a risk here.
Yeah, this is not.
And so I sent
We're not incentivized to be nice about this.
I sent them my PO box, and they sent a big thing of Prime. And so we were like, oh, it would be fun to review the Prime. And then also I just watched this Legal Eagle video about all of the lawsuits that Prime is engulfed in. And then I also watched the CoffeeZilla video about how Logan Paul is actively suing CoffeeZilla, and I think that's pretty lame.
The most recent time that he's threatened CoffeeZilla,
time that he's threatened it.
That's right.
And I think that, personally, I think that Logan Paul has had a lot of opportunities to redeem himself, and is every single time we think that he's rehabilitated into a new version, a new level of ascendance.
He zags
back into kind of the same old. And so
somehow making Jake more likable than him.
I got maybe the most threatening DM I've ever received from a brand, and I don't know what Lunchly is, because I just woke up, and I hadn't seen the press release. So I get a DM from this brand, and this happens all the time. So I just like thought like Lunchly, like, is that like Freshly? Is that
it's
like,
at lunch.ly is what it feels like. Yeah,
literally. And it says Jarvis, Mr. Beast, handshake, Logan Paul, handshake, KSI equals Lunchly. Brought to you by the creators who leave no crumbs.
Wow.
Lunchly, because they eat. They ate, actually,
yes,
with this. Lunchly features Prime hydration, Feastables, and unmatched flavor in every kit. Our friends at Feastables shared your address.
For an exclusive taste.
So that was why it sounded really threatening.
We shared your address for an exclusive taste of your house.
Because I was like, oh, don't do that. Maybe ask. Our friends at Feastables shared your address for an exclusive taste. Lunchly is on the way. We can't wait to see your taste tests. And so I figured we'd provide them with what they wanted.
Maybe it won't be what they want.
Who knows?
Also, who's to say?
Here's the thing. I am completely open-minded here. I've seen the discourse, but I'm a free thinker. I'm independent. I am the thinker.
You're unvaccinated.
That's my Twitter account. Yeah. What? So like, I think that we can give this an honest review. Everyone's talking about it, and I know everyone's thinking like, what did Jarvis and Jordan think? What a Sad Boys podcast. Think about the new Lunchables competitor that has entered the fray.
With no endorsement of them as a brand, I don't really like any of the people involved in it, but I am curious.
The first thing we notice is that these packages are very heavy because they have like a full Prime bottle in them. Or not a full Prime bottle, like a half Prime bottle.
Putting this in my kid's backpack as they kind of wobble unstably because it's so big.
Yeah, it's crazy because of how much this is going to knock around. Like, cause it's very like heavy on one side. And so all of these boxes are like kind of warped. On the side, it says all your faves in one box.
Well, I just have to say, this is the Lunchable element.
Yeah,
this.
it's like
like half the size of the
It's so
box.
light, and this is just like what you buy. Like you could buy like literally just this packed just like this as a Lunchable, and that's who they're competing with. So that's like notable to mention.
Yeah, I unconsciously keep saying Lunchable because it is very explicitly just...
Well, that's why they called it something really different than Lunchable.
One of the letters
so that
is
you wouldn't
completely
get
different.
Yeah. This comes with 7 loose crackers,
Emphasis on loose, by the way. This compartment is enormous. Like, it's going to be smacking left and right. Kids are not delicate with their backpacks.
Yeah.
It's going to come out as dust.
Notably, it's real cheese instead of the cheese product. I remember Logan Paul talking on Twitter about that. Okay, I have so many questions about the packaging, but I'm just going to start simple with a cracker because these crackers, they just,
It's a cracker, yeah. It's like a Ritz, right?
That's a Ritz-alike. It's what do they call it? Like a butter cracker?
It's just a fucking cracker. I don't know what to tell you. I'm waiting for what the sell is other than it being...
It's healthier, is what they say. So I know that Lunchables come with candy, but I'm just thinking about these two things dominating the product by weight. And then there's also a few crackers in here as well.
It literally feels like the product was led by what if we got this enormous kind of mid drink and then we just got a bunch of chocolate? Oh, and what else do we need? I don't know.
This box containing a 230 calorie meal is so wild to me.
And even this is mostly empty space.
Yeah.
Like the inside of it thing, this could be half the size. And what is this cavity for? Big hole.
It's really
It
funny.
looks like it was made for something else.
It looks like it was made for ammo. This thing's huge.
All of this stuff, none of the stuff that they're doing is out of the ordinary. I do want to say that. They are just putting a product in a market that already exists. And the thing is that they're marketing it as healthier than their competitor, at least in their materials that they're filming and producing. But yeah, it says all your faves in one box, Prime, caffeine free. They have to note that it's not the energy drink. Mr. Beast Feastables plus epic ingredients. Epic ingredients like
some turkey, some wet turkey.
I mean, that's the thing. It's it's just marketing,
It's
right?
normal.
Yeah. It's normal, but
food.
It's just very funny to market it like that.
It's just an extension of the regular Prime share where it's hey, you've had this, but look, Mr. Beast is on it.
Actually, the most epic turkey I've ever. I would call it epic bacon, but it's turkey.
It's more swag than that. I would even go so far as to say.
Yeah, turkey.
The cheese is perfectly adhered together.
As it should be.
I assume there's Elmer's glue in between each layer.
Okay, now for the cheese, I'm trying them individually. Yep, and that's real cheese. And they're allowed to say that, I would assume, because they said it. I do think it's funny that they made such a big deal about the cheese product thing, and then it says contains a bioengineered food ingredient, which is fine. These things just happen.
I tell you what, mate. The size of this box, this is 230 calories.
Yeah,
just give me cereal. if I'm going to carry this much, it'll weigh less. I'll carry milk with me, I guess. This is literally just a box of, I don't know, Cocoa Puffs or whatever.
The big one I'm excited about is the pizza, because to this day, I think Lunchables pizza is good. And the other one is nacho chips with queso blanco and salsa. So this is the famous Prime color, right? Or Prime flavor. This is Ice Pop. This is the one that looks like the ice cream thing.
It's the it's the most little kid coded one.
And so Prime this one bottle has 5 calories, which must mean that they're using some sort of artificial sweetener, right?
It's a very unappealing color blend.
It tastes like I'm drinking a refrigerated, melted down ice pop.
It's the only one I've ever had, and I hated it. I hated every sip that I had.
It's extremely sweet, and I think that's accomplished with the sucralose, and it doesn't have the normal salty kind of flavor of a electrolyte drink that uses sodium, which is not something I want. But if I'm a kid, maybe that's more. It's just not the type of thing that I would want.
Wash it down with some strawberry banana.
It's just cloying. Is that the word? You know what I mean? We're drinking really dark green coffee.
Right.
And it just web in your mouth.
It coats your mouth.
Let me wash it away with strawberry banana.
I will also say they sent me this aluminum bottle, reusable bottle that looks like a full-size Prime bottle. And this is actually sick. I will say this is nice.
I do like getting bottles, just containers.
I just love a container. Funnily enough, I have a different electrolyte powder that I like to use that is not sponsoring us yet. And we would name you so much if you sponsored us. And I like this because it's the right amount of ounces to put water in and then put my favorite rehydration beverage in. Let me get one more sip of the ice pop, okay? There's a certain sweet activator where you're not ready for it. And it's just a little sickly sweet.
Yeah.
Sports drink contains PFAs and excessive caffeine class action lawsuits say.
Okay.
Okay, so it appears that there's a number of class action lawsuits. I don't know if these have resolved, but I guess it's an allegation of forever chemicals in the plastics. Now, these are ongoing things, and I'm just...
It's unrelated, obviously, to what we're talking about. It's just that this is the same company, same brand, purchasing with Lunchley, of course.
Notably, this is Prime Hydration, and the one with caffeine is Prime Energy, which ice pop flavor of that.
And as we say, this was April of this year. No resolution or really acknowledgement that I'm aware of. But, oh, this is ugly.
This is way more palatable because energy drinks all taste like garbage.
Oh, for that, Logan. Congrats.
So actually, you're killing it. You know what I mean, though, where it's like you drink an energy drink and you're like, ooh, yeah, there's some stuff in that. Yeah, I don't enjoy tequila.
But I'm working towards something.
Prime's advertised 200 milligrams of caffeine is equivalent to half a dozen Coke cans or nearly 2 12-ounce Red Bulls. Wait, that is actually remarkable.
It's, as we say, this is just something Jacob pulled up.
Well, this is just like a USA Today article that we found because we were just looking to learn more about Prime.
The product that we're oh so curious about. The suit continues to say that, quote, there is no proven safe dose of caffeine for children. Side effects of kids consuming caffeine could include rapid or irregular heartbeats, headaches, seizures, shaking, upset stomach, and adverse emotional effects on mental health.
I didn't drink caffeine as a kid. I think the most concerning thing for me as an individual is that we talked about the charged lemonade from Panera Bread. And the thing that is confusing was an issue there is that what was it called? I said it before. Charged. The charged lemonade was just in like a cup, and it had like more caffeine than even Prime, and you could refill it. The issue here to me is that this is the exact form factor of a Red Bull, but with twice the caffeine.
Yeah.
This isn't marketing itself directly to children. Yeah, I guess that's right. But it's a little bit like if you put the Paw Patrol on a beer. You know what I mean?
I guess now with WWE, there are like 30-year-old Logan Paul fans, but
Just to clarify, because one of them is a can, no one could make a mistake with
no one
these.
could make a mistake.
One of them comes in children's lunches, and one of them is 2 Red Bulls.
Yeah. One
That
of them
is such
kills.
a good point. That is such a good point. So this is the pizza. Okay, first note, these feel smaller, but there could have been shrinkflation that has happened to Lunchables ones as well.
Because of Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sick of this guy, huh?
Cherry freeze.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, that's the same. That is exactly the same.
It reminds me of something from my childhood.
Gushers.
Oh, Gushers. That's
that what it is?
Wow.
I think it smells, Logan, appalling.
They must have tested these like double blind until they got it almost exact, because the degree to which this is the same is really impressive. I'm not going to lie to you.
If I was more cynical, I would say that this product is essentially a ghillie suit, camouflage for getting kids even more invested in Prime as a brand. But again, I'm
And
not cynical.
Feastables. Yeah. I mean, there's not much to really say about the product. It like costs roughly as much as its competitor, as long as we're including the version with the drink. And then it tastes like, again, if you like close your eyes, it tastes pretty similar. Even the pizza, which is like such a unique, most people don't like the pizza, like adults don't really like the pizza who didn't have the memory for it. That was like the creme de la creme of like a nice snack. I would like beg for that. And it tastes more or less like I expected to. I think that the issue is in the marketing.
Maybe the insidiousness.
And then also, I have no horse in this race. The Feastable bars are good.
Yeah, we've tried Feastables in the past because they obviously had Jarvis's address and gave it to Lunchley. But they were good.
I can't have a strong opinion about the product itself. I think the product itself is a very conservative and near carbon copy of Lunchables.
The mission obviously is partially to like be a competitor in a market that could use one and that they'll make money off of that, but also kind of in the same vein that Mr. Beast's videos primarily function these days as a conduit to promote and grow the brand of that's where the actual revenue comes from. This feels like a tactful move to further cement Prime and Feastable's primary audience of children. If Feastables, of course, had a version of this milk chocolate that was, I guess it's just a theory, that was, maybe full of carcinogens or like potentially kind of has plastic leaking into it. Or,
Yeah, I mean, we got to look into this.
Something like, but who's, or maybe had like a bunch of like caffeine inside the chocolate for some reason. Then I would probably have an objection to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, does the Mr. Beast milk crunch bar compare to a crunch bar? I would actually say yes. A lot of these things are made with the same sourcing of ingredients at similar factories. Like, it's, if you get like one from Trader Joe's or something, it like feels the same way, where obviously I don't think they white labeled this. I think they like worked on it. They probably put work into it. It's very clearly a money making thing. It's very much like there is a opening in the market. We have a big influence in the market that Lunchables is. It feels very calculated, and why wouldn't it be? I think these are people who've become very, very rich and successful off of like being very calculated and being very strategic at the expense of other values that one may hold. There's another manufacturer lawsuit.
Now yet a third company claims that Prime can't pay its bills. Agrovana is a Massachusetts-based importer, which says it has provided over $70 million, surprisingly close to $67 million, worth of ingredients to Prime since 2020.
We just found this video by Legal Eagle. We just got swept in. That guy has really good videos. We're gonna link to Legal Eagle's video.
Exceptionally reliable, very resourceful when it comes to citation, and I'd say a pretty trustworthy source. He has a video called "Everyone is Suing Logan Paul," which,
that's crazy.
A lot of people are, but it's probably for no reason at all, I would imagine.
Yeah, it seems like they're jealous. But food was good.
Yeah, the food is pretty good. The drinks just truly taste like piss and doo-doo. You want to be sort of like, allow Logan Paul, notorious good bloke, to gradual and sinister way erode at your children's awareness of how health and access to caffeine should work. It's it's a pretty good way to intro drug, if you will.
Yeah, that's Jordan's opinion. These Prime drinks are so sweet that they would mask alcohol really well, and you could make a mean cocktail.
Ooh,
and mean in that it would probably smell like Gushers.
Yeah, and you'll probably have to sue them.
Yeah. Oh, Dan TDM, OG YouTuber,
who basically responded to this Dexerto post about like the whole Lunchley thing.
Right.
And he said, "What happened to YouTubers? Like, I can't not say anything anymore," and basically criticizing about them marketing a product towards kids who are easily susceptible towards like this kind of like marketing, and it's very clearly like geared towards them, like this is a product for kids.
If you say so.
Yeah, and then Logan
Paul's known for his like measured and considered replies to things.
I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. We want to build, put the dun, 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 dun. And now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead. But when we create a better version, you're upset? Then don't eat it. Oh no. The Ice Pop Prime hydration found in the turkey stackums also has report of lead contamination. No, not our Ice Pop Prime.
We just drank that.
Jesus Christ.
No.
So you're saying even if it's not the energy drink version, it might still pose, maybe not great health effects on children? Okay, wow.
You've won the argument when it says accounts at Logan Paul follows or mentioned can reply.
That's worse than just nothing. Just let people clown on you. That's so much more embarrassing.
Mr. Beast responded. Oh, so he does respond to criticism. Interesting.
Right.
He responded to the criticism that affects the product that he's selling.
Yeah, just coincidentally.
Lunchables sells hundreds of millions of units and countless people eat it, which is true, and like clearly that's transparently like why they want to get in the market. It seems like a big addressable market. Our goal is to give people a better for you alternative to it. Okay. Our turkey meal, for example, is 80 less calories. Okay, but 80 less calories doesn't mean good. Like, you need calories. You need calories to live.
Especially as a kid, when your metabolism is fine, you could
also, that's like, may as well say less product, right?
Okay. Well, that's like if you eat a whole peanut butter and jelly sandwich, that's going to be more calories than if you eat half.
Yes.
Right?
True.
So that's what they're doing.
Well, so half of a peanut butter jelly sandwich is then more healthy, I think.
Yeah, that's better.
Right.
In fact, if you just have like a couple of the like little bits of cheese, like little bits of peanut butter that fall out of it, that counts as, I think, like a good meal.
So obviously eating fresh chicken and broccoli is healthier, but if someone is going to eat pre-made meal, which millions of people do through Lunchables, then I think giving them a higher quality version at roughly the same price is a net good.
That's why they launched
Like,
it.
again, we didn't say the product itself was bad. I think it's the issue that people are taking is with the marketing of it, because you can't hide behind like a noble cause.
No matter how motivated it is by like genuine interest or passion, or at least some wanting to invest in workers, it is embarrassing to try and frame it as like heroic. I'm doing it because I just want to help.
Again, don't have the issue with like making money or doing a business thing.
I have issue with
But
the insincerity.
the insincerity, yeah. It just feels like you can like see through it. What did Dr. Mike say?
Let's look at the recently passed nutrition standards set forth by the USDA for school lunches and see how Lunchly compares. Going line by line here. Less than 10% of calories should come from saturated fat. Lunchly turkey, 23% of calories come from saturated fat. Less than 10% of calories should come from added sugars. Lunchly turkey, 10.4 comes from added sugars.
Mr. Mike, it says must be implemented by July 1st, 2027. They're working on it, okay? They have a few years.
They're going to take even more food out.
They're going to take more food out. They're going to take 23% of the food out.
It's just one cracker.
Yeah.
Slice
And they go,
of meat.
dude, our product is incredible. It has less fat, less calories.
USDA caloric guidelines say that a lunch meal for kids K through 8 should contain around 625 calories.
Calories are like viewed as such a bad thing that it probably is a societal blind spot in the criticism of this, because people just go, oh, it has less calories than Lunchable, so that must mean healthier.
Well, no one ever advertises high calorie. So
Which is so
Unless you're a bodybuilder.
the existence of low cal implies the badness of cal.
Yeah.
like we as a society we've really failed, I think, in
kinda
a
messed
lot of ways.
everything
We've
up.
messed everything up. All right. Well, again, we're not experts. We're just, sharing some stuff that we found interesting. And
Just
then,
a couple of lawyers.
we also what we are an expert is what we like. And we tasted Lunchly, and it tastes exactly like a Lunchable. So congrats on that, I think.
And then we tasted Prime, and uh-oh.
Don't like it.